All right, what's
Well,
good? What is good? It's been a long time, but oh shit, I forgot. I forgot. Oh no. Right, here we go. Right, yeah, that's enough. Right, okay. All right, all right. What's good? Welcome to the first video on the channel. I'm actually on YouTube now, so let's have a look at when was our last video together. When was it? Like 3 months ago.
um, yeah. No, we did the match day vlogs, but
yeah, but our last video together, I'm just looking now. It was
Middlesbrough review and then the Everton.
Yeah, it was the Middlesbrough review. That was 3 months ago. Yeah, but
we've come a long way since then.
We have come a long way. Yes, this is the first time you're seeing us together since that 1-0 loss to Middlesbrough in the FA Cup, and 3 months later, and we're playing Champions League football next season with Arsenal playing Europa League football, and one kiss is all it takes. Anyways, welcome to the season review. And we're also doing some transfer updates of what's happened the last couple of days. We've made a couple of transfers before it's even started, so we're going to get into that first. Actually, you know what? Let's get into the transfers first, because I think that's more recent. Because it's been going on today, it's been going on yesterday, it's been going on the day before, so on and so forth. Josh is really eyeing himself up there on his camera, and yeah, all right, calm. All right. Anyways, so the first transfer that we have made was our new backup goalkeeper, obviously Galini, who was there just for vibes, really. To be honest, he didn't really play any games. And the games that he did play in, he was technically just a statue.
To be honest, there was he only really had one good game, and that was the Wolves game in the penalty shootout.
Yeah, that was it.
I was contemplating, like, I could step in goal right now.
Yeah, I just can't think of any other games in which he was very impressive in.
I mean, he was good in the pre-season game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, pre-season.
I remember you told me, like, this kid might be the successor to Lloris. This. And now he's fucking at Fiorentina.
Yeah, but anyways, our new backup goalkeeper is going to be Fraser Forster. Obviously, Southampton's back up. Obviously, like Southampton's number one is who is he again? Oh, McCarthy.
No, he was the number one for Southampton.
Well, was it not McCarthy?
No, he was the number one for this season.
All right, but anyways, but Fraser Forster is going to be our number 2 for next season. And to be honest, I think this is a good backup goalie. Like, he's homegrown. Obviously, like, he's got Premier League experience. And lastly, he pulled off an absolute worldy performance against Arsenal, which kind of contributed to us getting.
There as well, he pulled off a really good performance against us in the game where Salisu got sent off.
Yeah,
that was like he kept them in that game big time.
I think that was more their defence though instead of their goalie, but
he made some good saves though.
Yeah, true. But the Fraser Forster's massive. I think he's like what, 6'6", or I don't know. I don't know how tall he is, but he's very tall. Homegrown keeper. Yes, he's old, but he's old.
He's Premier League quality as of now as well, which is quite big.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I've got to say on that, really. Fraser Forster is our new backup goalkeeper, with obviously Galini going back to Atalanta. The second transfer rumour, obviously Ndombele is going to be coming back to Spurs after his loan spell at Lyon. However, Giovanni Lo Celso, Spurs are willing to sell him for a €20 million fee. Villarreal are really interested in him. Like, obviously, no deal has been agreed between the two clubs yet. But Emery really wants to sell so, and Spurs are willing to sell him for a €20 million fee, which I think is the right price, to be honest, for someone like Lo Celso. Like, I think
we could get more, but I think it's more with Lo Celso and players like Ndombele. It's more about getting them off the wage bill, actually just getting rid of them, because they're going to be worth loads of money. I think Lo Celso's probably price tag, I think, is $1 billion. How good he's been at Villarreal. I'd say 35 million. Maybe you can push 40 million at an extent. But I think 20 million, I know we're going to lose 20. I know we're going to lose 30 million on it. But I'm still think we just have to get him out the door. I think that's more him and Ndombele. That's the target first before we actually sign the players, is to get them out the door so we can find out more signings.
Yeah. Who else is there? Oh, yeah. And also the other confirmed transfer that we've made so far. So Spurs have signed Ivan Perisic on a free which I think this is a fantastic signing. Obviously, Ivan Perisic, yes, he's 33 years old, but the guy's got quality. He has still got quality. Yes, he may be past his prime days, but he is
I
a
don't know
very
if that's
good.
true. I don't think that's true. I've watched him this year. He seems to actually have hit his prime in the last 2 years.
Yes, that means he's past his prime then, because his prime was 2 years ago.
No. But the thing is, this has been the best 2 years he's been playing his football with Conte at the beginning, and then this time now. So these have been his best 2 years playing football. I think he's really evolved into quite a good wing back. I think last year he actually played on the right side with Conte. This year he's playing on the left side. So maybe I don't think Burrows is going to be a left wing back. I think he's going to be a right wing back because
And then we get Kostic.
I think he's going to, and that's why I think we want Jed Spence. And also, I think that's why we want Doherty and Emerson to leave.
I can't see Jed Spence going now because Nottingham Forest have.
No, he's on loan, isn't it? Middlesbrough. No, but he's on loan.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he's on loan. He's on loan at Forest.
It's going to be the same price, isn't it? Because Middlesbrough did go up. So
yeah, but either way, Ivan Perisic and Fraser Forster for an absolute banging total of £0, which I think is absolutely fantastic business by Spurs. Obviously, Perisic, 33 years old, World Cup finalist. He won 3 trophies last season, 8 goals and 7 assists as a left wing back in the Serie A. Trust me, he's a very good player. And
and to think as well, Eddie Nketiah, he's on bigger wages than Perisic.
Yeah, and a little bit of a fun fact, a little bit of like a conspiracy theory to tell you guys. Every single Champions League every single Champions League winner the last 10 years has had a Croatian in it. That's what I'm going to say. Right.
Croatian.
Yeah, so basically that means Tottenham Hotspur Champions League winners confirmed next season. But basically Perisic, fantastic signing, and do you think that could mean Sergio Reguilón's on his way out?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of clubs interested in him. I think top clubs as well. Well, how much did we sign him for? Like 25 million.
It was about 20 million. 25. Yeah.
Huh?
It was about 20, 25. I reckon we'll get the same price for him.
I reckon we could make a bit of a profit on it. We could probably make a 30 million. We could go for it.
Yeah, I reckon we'll get 25. Basically, what we paid on him.
I don't know, 30 million. I think we could, but I reckon I'll sell him for 20 or 25. But yeah, I can't lie. I thought Reguilón was good when he first came in.
It was just that injury that done him, and second of all, I think he's better suited in a back four like Emerson Royale. I think both players are better suited in a back four. Because let's be real,
was bang average either way. So
because let's be real, Emerson Royale was pretty good under Nuno. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's because we're in a back. Wait, was it a back four?
Yeah, back four. We were
under Nuno. Yeah, I think so. And he was good. Yeah, but Reguilón, it's a bit of a weird one because in his first season under us, which was last season, obviously, he started off so well, but then he got that injury, and then basically he was just never the same player afterwards.
Yeah, I agree.
That's just how I see it.
I forgot what the injury was.
Yeah, same.
He was our best player probably in that season, up until
one of them, but.
One of them, yeah. But I thought he just fell off. I thought when Conte came in, Reguilón was going to be quite good because I think he'd make his crosses a lot better.
He can cross the ball. He's got patience.
He's lost confidence in it, though.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of confidence when it comes to crossing the ball.
But the reason I'm more excited... Yeah, but the thing is, another reason why I'm excited for Perisic is because his decision-making in the final third is way better than Reguilón's. It's way better.
Yeah, but I also think I don't think he's going to play left wing back. I think we're going to buy another left wing back. So I think Perisic is more of an Emerson replacement. But yeah, it's still the exact same point because Emerson's end product is horrible. But Perisic is a massive upgrade either way if you put him on the left or the right.
So left wing back signing, who are we going to get? Kostic?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, hopefully Kostic.
It seems to be really the only left wing back out there.
I've watched Frankfurt a few times this season, and Kostic has been their standout player every game I've watched.
Yeah, you know what it is as well. Did you watch the Barcelona game? He absolutely destroyed.
I watched I watched the Barca first leg and second leg. I watched the West Ham first leg, second leg, and I watched the final. Every single
Yeah.
game, he was outstanding in all
And you know
5
what?
games.
I've not really seen a lot of Perisic because I don't really watch German football. But not Perisic, Kostic.
I was about to say, yeah.
No, but I've watched a lot of Kostic before. Perisic.
For fuck's sake.
I've watched Perisic a lot before, but Kostic I hadn't really seen before this season. But he does seem, I think he's a brilliant player. I'm not really concerned about the age, even though certain fans are like calling out it, and it's so stupid because Kostic and Perisic would be your best wing back, so we better than fucking Nuno Tavares. So yeah. I think Kostic is. I've watched him a lot. I think he's quite a good player.
Both players are very versatile as well.
For the fee as well, I think it's only 12 million they want.
12?
Yeah, because his contract's running out next year.
Shit. Yeah, it's 1 year left, isn't it? Oh yeah, mate. Yeah. That's a steal. We got to get him.
So yeah, and then to have 2 young wing backs, we'll go on to the other one who we might sign in Jed Spence. But Ryan Sessegnon has shown this season he is quite a good player.
Yeah. He's getting better game by game. That's how I
think when he's been available, I think he's been very good. Like the last 3 games of the season, he was very good. I felt.
Or more than that. I think last 7, 8 games he was good in every one.
From Liverpool, I reckon he was quite good.
No, because he was good against Leicester. He was good against Liverpool, good against Arsenal, good against Burnley, good against Norwich. I'm just trying to think. He was good against Everton. I remember that game.
But he got injured, didn't it? No, it was 20 minutes and he got injured.
Oh, yeah.
He got the assist, though, for the own goal.
He got the assist for Michael Keane's rocket. That's
quite a good one.
Yeah, I'm just looking on Twitter.
He was good against Liverpool.
Good against Liverpool. Good against Arsenal. Good against Burnley. Yeah, Ryan Sessegnon's really improved towards the end of the season, and he should definitely stay. I think that loan at Hoffenheim's done him a good job as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. It's just as we talk, I'm looking on Twitter to see if there's any updates or stuff.
The biggest rumour so far, or the best player I'd say out of all of them, at left centre back. Probably one of the best.
If we can pull this off, then we're going to look like a really good side.
The thing is, Bastoni is, in my opinion, when I've watched him, doesn't really have any errors. I've not seen Bastoni made a single error before.
I think the difference between him and Romero, like both excellent defenders, but Romero's more rash.
Yeah,
I think Bastoni's just more cold.
Romero, and I'm saying this now, is probably going to be on par with the Jan and Toby partnership, maybe even better in the future.
Oh, better, easy. It's going to be better.
I think they're both incredible, and to have a player in between that, whether it's Dyer or it's someone else, I think that defense is one of the best in the league. It's top 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It comes close to Liverpool Man City's. Maybe even it's on par with City's defense. So, as we can see, Max's elbow. I'll talk about it.
I'm trying to get some facts. I've just seen. So Bastoni's 23 and Romero's 24. Both are young still.
Yeah, very young. I think Bastoni is one of the best young centre backs in the world. He's obviously worked with Conte before. Conte made him a starter into Milan, so
yeah.
Obviously, Conte knows him quite well. I think I saw from Alistair Gold, they'd accept 60 million.
No, it was it's
or 51, sorry, 51 million or 60 euros.
Yeah, so what I know about Bastoni, so first of all, Inter Milan are not gonna accept any less than 51 mil, which I think is still a good price. That's pretty much what we pay for Romero.
That's a bargain. I think he's worth like 89 million.
So Antonio Conte really wants to work from him again. But breaking news to him, I think it was Fabrizio said earlier, is that the main challenge of this transfer is actually.
It was Alistair.
Oh, it was Alistair, yeah. Basically, the main challenge of this transfer is to get Bastoni away from Inter into Spurs, which is fair enough. But
I feel Inter do need to sell him because they're in a very bad financial situation, and They see Lautaro Martinez as untouchable, so he's not leaving. They want to sign Bremer.
I don't think we
from
need
Torino.
Martinez anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I don't really want him as well for 80 million. But Bremer, they also want to buy from Torino, which they can only do if they sell someone else. So I think Bastoni, they see Bastoni as the most likely one to leave because they can make the most money out of him. So I think one, I don't think it'll actually be his decision. And two, I think if he wants a reunion with Conte, I don't see why it wouldn't be hard to convince him. So at the end of the day, I'm confident next week we'll hear more on this deal. I think
Are you
this
confident we're
weekend
going to get it over the line?
I don't know. I think maybe next weekend. I think from a week from now, we'll know how advanced the deal is. I think maybe something's happened. I feel how Paratici works is more behind the scenes where stuff gets leaked 2 or 3 days after. So probably something has happened in this weekend secretly. So, yeah, I think he would make us a very, very good side. I think that three of Dyer, Romero, and Bastoni is...
Yeah, that'd be good, yeah. And then Perisic and Kostic.
Perisic and Kostic, if we buy them too.
If we get Kostic, yeah.
Yeah.
I've just seen on Twitter, Spurs are one of a number of clubs keeping tabs on right back Mukiele, who has already decided to leave Leipzig this summer. I don't know much about it. You know that Mukiele? Oh, where his name is, yeah, from Leipzig.
I don't know.
Is he good?
I've never watched him.
All right, fair enough. All right, I think that's going to round off. The transfer rumours today. I don't think there's anything else except that we've open talks and not enough for us to
We can talk about last season now. So we can talk about why this video was supposed to come out last Sunday. But we're gonna go into the main part of the video more. The season review and the awards. So obviously we did this last year as well.
1 year later.
That was not fun because it was a shit season. But anyway,
finished 7th. We got Conference League.
I think Kane won everything, didn't he?
Basically. Yeah, Kane basically won every award.
I haven't told you about this, but we're going to just run through the season quickly, and then we're going to do the awards at the end.
Right.
So, obviously, we're going to talk about the season. I'm going to start first talking about how we started with Nuno.
Oh, Christ.
I think, okay, so we'll go over the first month. So the first month we beat City in his first game, which was a very big win. I think one of our performances of the season.
Yeah, I was about to say, to be honest, that was probably up there with our best performance of the season.
I think the other game against City was our best performance of the Arsenal.
Yeah, maybe.
I think them two are probably the best, and then it's that game.
True, but at the same time, we didn't have Kane and Romero didn't start.
Yeah, but also we true, and also if they had a striker, they would have won that game.
Yeah, maybe, but
yeah, I think as well. And then we also started 3 wins on the trot with Nuno, which I wasn't really optimistic about. I wasn't those fans, like there were some of our fans saying, "Oh, we might challenge for the league," which was fucking obviously never going to happen.
I won't listen to any of that. Yeah, I remember last season when we were top of the league in December, I got 2 gas.
But I didn't think. I think I said it. Wolves and Watford weren't the best performances. Watford was a good performance. But maybe
I was at the Watford game, and I remember. And all I can say on that is that we played well, but we just couldn't convert our chances.
Which I guess was, I think, the problem under the goal scoring, which it's mad to see how that's changed now. But yeah, I think the Wolves game was very unconvincing to watch. Even I had COVID, and
I remember the watch long that I was sweating for like a good 80 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't the best performance. I'll be real. We should have lost that game like 3-1, 2-0. Oh. But yeah, it wasn't the best performance, but we still got through it. And then after, we had I'll add Max back. Yeah.
I accidentally pressed the button.
Sorry. But yeah, and then after,
Let me
That
set
month
this up.
where Nuno got given manager of the month, as we know.
That was
Things
the
went down to
curse.
fucking shit.
That was the curse.
We conceded 3 goals in a row in each games. Lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace. Yes, you heard that right. And we
Chelsea.
lost against Chelsea 3-0
We lost.
and 3-1 to Arsenal, which I think I started giving up on Nuno after I had reservations about him after the Palace game.
I said Nuno out after the West Ham defeat.
I was a lot more early than you. I said after the Chelsea.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I made a post about saying how shit he was.
Yeah.
I just didn't see a plan. I think we were more vibes against Chelsea in that first half. I remember. We were just vibes and it worked. And then
it was so because in that game, the first half we were so good. We played so well, and then the starts, fuck.
And then I think against Palace, it was just horrible. I remember going. It was like we were horrible from minute 1 to minute 90. Like he didn't change the game plan. It was just defend, and then hope for a counter attack.
Yeah.
And we didn't. I don't think we had a shot on target in that game, if I believe, or we had one in like the 9th minute.
We had one. I remember we had one.
Yeah, it was like in the 9th minute. It was right at the beginning. So yeah, maybe you could say the red card maybe changed the game, but I think we would have still lost that game because we were under the cosh for a lot of it. But yeah,
men as well. But
I think the Arsenal game that that's not the first time I've like turned off a game. After 30 minutes, I literally stopped watching because it was just horrible.
I watched the whole game. I was doing a watch long, so I had to. I was watch the whole game.
I can't even remember. I remember people saying we were better in the second half, but it wasn't like a really big.
We weren't any better in the second half. It's just because Arsenal like set off because the game was done.
Yeah. And Arsenal fans will always go on about that win. But anyway, even though that we did beat them 3-0. But yeah, so then we moved on, I think, to October. Which I mean, we bounced back from those two.
Yeah, we beat Villa.
Beat Villa, beat Newcastle.
West Ham.
Yeah, and then we decided to go to the Conference League in Vitesse, not play any players, lose that game, which I mean no one cares about now, but it was possibly in our group, and then go to West Ham with all our fresh players. West Ham played on Thursday. Surely we would win, and we were shit and we lost.
Yeah, we lost 1-0.
West Ham, we didn't deserve to win.
And that's when the song "Tom Get Battered Everywhere They Go" really peaked its popularity at the time.
Because we did get battered everywhere we went back then.
But I hate that song so much.
That's when I started to be like, right, he should be sacked because you had him.
I said Nuno out after West Ham. I remember it well.
I think, and then obviously that game also led. I think a couple hours later, Man United lost 5-0 to Liverpool. Which obviously led to the week after, which is probably now what we look back on and say that is probably the game we lost 3-0, but we actually won 3-0.
Best performance of the season.
The way, because that was probably, I think, the darkest time to ever go to a game. That was like the worst game I've ever been to in the atmosphere.
I remember.
How toxic. Like, I didn't think how we would recover. I don't think we would because the way how much, like, Nuno subbed off Lucas. I've never seen a manager get booed for a substitution. That was, I remember turning to my dad and just laughing because it was like, fucking hell. Like I've never seen anything like it. Like,
I remember the day well because I didn't go to this game because I had a motive 2 hours later. So basically, me and Liam did a watch long. The substitution, Liam was like, I'll tell you, Liam was so angry he nearly like harmed himself. That's how angry he was.
No, because I remember Lucas was our best attacker in that game.
In that period of time, and in that game as well, Lucas was the only player that looked like he could create something. Son was off it, Kane was off it, like the whole season during the time. And you take him off, and you bring on Bergwijn, who hadn't scored a Premier League goal since Aston Villa at home back in May last year.
Yeah,
in order to try and save the game.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, we lost 3-0 to, I think back then was a horrible Man United team.
Oh yeah, they've been horrible.
Then the day after, there was rumours about Nuno being sacked.
Yeah.
And obviously, me and you actually did a thing where we both said our opinions. And I was like, I generally said this season's a write-off, which proved to be aged very beautifully.
I think right for this point, were we?
I think, yeah, we did one, and we were like, where do we go next?
I'm actually surprised we were that high in the table, ninth. I thought we were going to be bottom half.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised we got as high as ninth.
I literally was talking about like surviving relegation. I think I said something about that. And I think, and then obviously we would, and I said to you, we were in a fucking shitty state. And then, I think it was a day or two later. No, it was the night before. I think we'd been linked to Antonio Conte, but it was a really shit source. But then I was like, no, that's never going to happen.
As soon as I saw the rumours, I was like, please don't put...
I think I was in science, and I was like, okay, let me just look. And I see we've agreed terms with Antonio Conte. And I remember just like, I was so happy. I wanted to scream, like, generally. Like,
when I first saw the rumours of Conte joining Spurs back in October, I was like, please don't put me through this phase again, because obviously, like, we were linked with Conte last summer.
Yeah, and that
Conte's gonna happen. Conte's gonna happen. Antonio Conte is not coming to Spurs out of the blue like that. Like that was probably one of the most upset feelings I've ever gone through when Conte didn't come last summer.
I think we did we make a video on that as well? And I was like,
well, I don't give a fuck.
So happy,
but yeah, Antonio Conte became our manager, and I think that was the turning point of our season. That just turned it around.
Yeah, I mean, we started quite slowly. We beat Vitesse in the Conference League, then we drew 0-0 at Everton.
And then we beat Leeds.
I mean, doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, no, but that was after. I think we drew 0-0. I think we all knew it was a new team, innit? And then obviously after the international break between that, we beat Leeds 2-1, which I mean was a good win. And then obviously
I was at that game.
The banter game. Enes Mura.
Was it Mura?
I mean, this game, I do not care about this game anymore, but Jesus Christ, it was funny when it happened.
You know what's funny? I watched the last 10 minutes.
No, I watched basically most of it.
I turned it on 2 minutes after Kane's equaliser. And then I see Sanchez falling over like some drunk woman in the 94th minute.
I remember because they had 2 attacks and they scored 2 goals. It was the most funny thing ever. But and that preceded Arsenal fans to call Conte a flop, and people talking about us like this, and that has aged very well, hasn't it? But anyway.
And then we beat who do we beat? We beat Norwich. Then we beat
Brentford, Norwich.
Brentford and Norwich, and then we
had the COVID outbreak.
And then COVID. Then we drew. I'm sorry, that draw was to Liverpool. I don't know how we didn't win that game. I remember I was there.
You know what? At the end of the day, I think that's when I started to have confidence that we could get top 4, because I fully expected us to go into that Liverpool game and lose 3-0, 2-0, get battered.
Yeah,
and I saw a different team in the way we played. That was like the first time we saw Conte ball.
It was a proper because the thing is, like, it was like a complete different midfield switch. Like, we went from Højbjerg and Skip to Ali and Dombele and Winks for that game.
Yeah, and I think it worked. I think we have kind of a similar midfield to now, I guess, because we have Bentancur as a progressor, and then Højbjerg, who's like the shit house and also quite a good passer. But yeah, I think that game was 100% the turning point, because we started to play some lovely football, and I think we should have beat Liverpool in that game. A point was still good. I think in that
the game should have been done in the opening 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Ali chance and the Son chance.
The Ali chance, the Son one-on-one. Oh.
But you could also say we were lucky to win, because Kane could have been sent off right after the goal.
They should have had a penalty. I remember that.
They should have got a penalty. But
but then again, their second goal shouldn't have counted either. So
their second goal, and we should have had a penalty.
It was a Salah handball.
Yeah,
it's weird.
But I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, innit? Because that was the point that helped us get top 4.
It is weird.
Most of the players that played in that game are not even here anymore.
Yeah.
which says a lot.
Ali and Dombele. Well, Dombele's coming back, but Ali.
When Double's going to go, he's not going to make an appearance again. So he's gone,
Yeah.
basically. But yeah.
Anyways,
Then
so
we had the 3-0 win against Palace, which was quite a good performance.
and then
And then
going
the Watford win. No,
Watford.
sorry, we beat West Ham in the Carabao Cup, didn't we?
Yeah, then Palace, then Watford, and then we lost to Chelsea in the semi-finals.
I think the last watch along we've actually done this season.
All 3 goals over those 2 legs were
They're fucking jokes. They were so fun.
were gifted. We
I
gifted them
can't
all
lie.
3 goals.
That game was. I thought we were going to lose when we drew Chelsea.
What do you mean?
So, like, when we drew Chelsea, I thought we're not winning this game.
Oh, yeah, I knew that already. Like, I just wanted to give them a good game. And to be honest, like, I know 3-0.
We were all right, but Chelsea.
I know 3-0 don't sound too bad over 2 legs, but the most frustrating thing is all 3 goals we gave it to them. We gave them all 3 goals.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, we were a new team-ish, innit? But like, I don't care about those games anymore. I'll be real.
And then I think this was the most important thing I think it's the most important moment of the season. Looking back at it, well,
Can we talk about the watch along on this game as well?
What?
The one with you and Liam. You turned it off before the
Oh,
fight.
fuck off! Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So if you guys don't know, I was about to say, I think the most important moment of the season was that 3-2 win against Leicester. Obviously, Bergwijn's double last minute. All right, the watch along. Let's have a little talk about this. Okay, so we equalised in the 94th minute. Obviously, Liam's like a minute ahead. And at the time, I was just so frustrated because in that game, we dominated the game from start to finish and we were losing 2-1. That's why I was frustrated because like we deserved to win when we equalised and I was just frustrated. So I turned off the stream thinking, oh yeah, that's it, 2-2. And then I look back up at my my Chromebook and I see Bergwijn racing on the keeper. And I see Bergwijn going around Schmeichel off the post and in. And I'll be real, that's probably the most I've ever celebrated a Spurs goal since that Lucas Moura Ajax goal. That's the most I've celebrated a Spurs goal.
That goal's also won an award as well. I think, I forgot what it was called, but Premier League has basically made an award for it to remember that game.
Yeah.
And I remember it. And I remember when someone wanted back off Tielemans, I just saw Bergwijn running in and I screamed because I thought if he makes that pass, we're going to score.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel that game obviously now is meant a lot because we
have scored quite a few late goals. We have scored quite a few late goals, haven't we? Leicester, Sanchez against Wolves, Kane against City. We've scored quite a few late goals.
Yeah, we have, and then that was a big game, and I think obviously that actually kept Bergwijn at Tottenham.
Because at the time Ajax won.
Probably only for 6 more months, but yeah. And then going up next, we lost to Chelsea, which I actually still think we got robbed in that game.
Oh yeah,
I think that Kane goal stands, we win, or we get drawn.
Life-threatening injury to Thiago Silva in that game. I hope he's right still.
Such fucking. But anyway,
I said it. Listen, I remember this actually. Yeah, so basically, like me and Liam, and like this other Spurs fan did a watch on together, on that Spurs fans channel. I said at half time, watch Thiago Silva score in the second half. I said it. I remember. I actually called it. And what did he do?
Do you know what baffles me though? And I'm surprised that Halazia goal never got nominated for goal of the season.
Yeah.
Because that goal, it was incredible. Like, I generally thought that was going out until it hit the net.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even angry. I was just like, what a fucking goal. Because you can't stop that.
Yes. Yeah. All game. And then... all game, like the whole of the first half, every time Ziyech was on the ball, I shouted at the TV, don't let him cut inside on that left foot. Don't you dare let him cut inside. Because that's what he's going to do. And what did he do? He just bangs one top bin from 30 yards and like walks around like he does it every 5 minutes.
But yeah.
Which he does probably, but...
After that, we had... We had the January signings come in. Now, this probably got us top 4.
Yeah.
So we brought Bentancur first after we actually failed to get the manager just ghosted in the Champions League final. And we got Kulusevski as well. I mean, at the time, I actually called it. I thought Kulusevski is going to be good. I said I regret what I said about Bentancur because it's become one of my favorite players. But yeah, I think they did two very, very good signings. I thought Bentancur was generally going to be fucking shit. Like I said, we should have just got Amrabat instead of Bentancur. But yeah, I think both of them. I mean, for you, I think for me, they were the difference. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Conte contributed towards like the turning point of the season, but I think that the main contribution was these two signings. I think anyway.
Because I think I said to you in the beginning, I think after the Watford review, Arsenal probably won't do any business in January. So if we just step that one bit ahead, because our score's on par with them, it was on par with them then. If we just get 2, 3 players, we don't even have to get all our targets. We can take that step to top 4.
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal is still a young side. Like they've got a young side still, so we had to get top 4.
Yeah, and obviously after that, the game against Arsenal was postponed because they were too much of pussies because they were missing too many players. That aged well because they probably would have lost by less. But yeah, and then after that, I was very optimistic. I was very positive about the squad. Weirdly, I don't know why. But yeah, and then all of a sudden, Southampton at home happens, and then Wolves happens, and in the space of a week, we lose 2 games, 2 horrible performances. At that point, Southampton were, I think, top half, so they were on a good run. I remember that game. That was just probably the worst performance of the season.
I was at both games, and to be honest, yes, I agree. Wolves, we were really poor, but Southampton, like I don't think we were that bad. I think they were just really good.
I remember that first half is like the worst I've seen us play.
Oh, the first half we were shit, but
Did Brighton away. I think that's the worst I've seen us play. We should have been 4, arguably 5 down.
Oh yeah, because they hit the bar and stuff.
I think in that second half we actually weren't bad. I think we played better.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. But then two balls from James Ward-Prowse, and then bang, the game's gone.
Yeah, and I mean we had a disallowed goal from Bergwijn as well.
Yeah,
it was quite a crazy game. Which I mean we could have won, could have lost. Well, we did lose, could have drawn. But yeah, and then we go on a weekend where I said to you, this is like a do or die game. I think in the preview, I think we were 2-0 down inside. I think what was it, 16 minutes?
15 minutes. Yeah.
I think this was the only game this season where Lloris has been horrible.
Lloris just decides to turn into a drink driver for this game again.
Yeah, and which was quite fun because I was behind both goals and I had to deal with Wolves fans. But yeah, that was not fun.
After that game was the moment where I thought we weren't going to get top 4.
I generally thought that I don't know, but then we had City away,
and that's why I said it.
I think one of my favourite games of all time.
And that's why I said it. Because like we had City away the next game.
Yeah,
that's why I said after the Wolves.
No way we recover. I thought we were generally going to get battered in that game.
That's the most Spurs thing ever, isn't it? Like you lose to Southampton and Wolves at home. We didn't even make Europe this season.
And then look what happened after.
And then you beat City at the Etihad, yeah.
And then we beat City at the Etihad, which I think is the performance of the season. We were very good throughout the whole game. I think Kulusevski, that's the day he made his impact. I think he was quite poor up until then. And then obviously scored in that game.
He played one game.
Huh?
He played one game.
No, he played before that, innit? The Bulls game. He was all right.
Well,
in the Southampton game, he was quite shit.
Actually, to be honest, in the Wolves game, he actually played quite well. I remember he did well when he came on, and he nearly scored as well.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that was the coming of age for him. He got the assist for the third goal, and but yeah, I can't lie. The thing that pissed me off, I got the notification on my phone that Kane had scored. before the actual my TV was in line with it. So I got the whole game as well with it. I still went mad, but it wasn't as sweet. But yeah, I think that is our performance this season.
Yeah.
And then with the morale boost, the whole squad's back. We go to Burnley. And we decide to say, yeah, let's dominate the game for 70 minutes. And then all of a sudden, Burnley have a set piece and just let Ben Mee score.
We can see it's a fucking Ben Mee. Of all people.
And the worst thing is as well, I think this was like the last win they got under Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
So
it was.
They
it was.
obviously
Yeah.
got relegated with Michael Jackson, the paedophile himself. But
Right.
and Ben Mee, but as assistant coach. But yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, did we deserve to lose? No. Should we have won? Yeah.
No.
Did we win? No. Do I care? No. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, I think in that game, I thought we weren't going to get top four before that. I remember then we had the thing about Conte after, innit, where he said, maybe I'm not so good.
Maybe I'm not so good.
Which was funny because, it was just jokes. But yeah, I generally thought he was going to leave.
The level of the Tottenham is not so high.
Yeah. And then,
And we beat Leeds 4-0.
We beat Leeds 4-0. And then maybe he was so good. Which obviously he was. Then Kane and Son
like Leeds are shit. I didn't care.
And then Kane and Son broke the record. For the best Premier League front two of all time.
And then
we went with the morale back.
And then we lost to Middlesbrough in the FA Cup.
Was in place again. We were going to go to a championship team and batter them. But no.
We lost 1-0 to a championship side.
I think I said at the time I wasn't that confident. Doherty missed an open goal. Kane had a goal that should not have been ruled out for offside.
Yeah.
It wasn't offside.
That's what it is.
And then Para had a lot of chances. And then
even if it should have been allowed, we scored 0 goals in 120 minutes against a team who were 9th in the championship at the time. I remember it.
Playoffs.
Personally, I think that was Son's worst ever game in a Spurs shirt. I remember it.
I remember
so bad.
I would not care if we sell him, which has aged magnificently.
Wait, did you actually say that?
Yeah, I said we
Why?
I said that to you.
You actually say that?
How bad that's aged.
That's so bad. That's got to be one of the worst.
I think because he was having really bad performances before that.
Yeah, like he was poor against United like a couple of weeks later. I remember that. But come on.
And then he nearly scored a banging goal though, but the goalkeeper saved it.
Yeah.
But that was, horrible game. And then we conceded to a 19-year-old who doesn't even start for Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Josh Coburn. So
yeah.
I mean, Emerson is doing a magnificent defensive line in being basically like every single player.
He was nearly on the goal line. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, it was so shit. And then we I think in that 120 minutes we were just no tactics, just vibes.
Yeah.
And I remember we could have scored when literally Middlesbrough dominated us for the whole game.
Yeah. But then afterwards we did a Middlesbrough review, which was the last video we did together. And I said Everton would beat us 2-1. But then we ended up winning 5-0.
I was still pretty confident because
I forgot how bad Everton were defensively. That's why I said it, because Everton are decent going forward, but my God, like their defense is about as good as fucking United's defense.
Yeah, 3-point lane, as Frank Lampard called it, more like 5-0, you fucking twat. But I think that was a really good performance.
Yeah, but Everton was so bad.
At that point, it was just good. They were shit, but I thought Kane had found his form back. I think I was happy because I felt maybe we had a good team.
I think that was also I think that was like also maybe along with the Leeds game. I think that was the first of Doherty's like consecutively good performances.
Yeah, true, and Sessegnon.
Yeah,
them two really came to life in that Leeds game and this game.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then going on after that, we had a lot of confidence. We were going to go up against a Man U team who were in disarray.
Ronaldo 3, Spurs 2. That's all I can say on that game.
Instead of playing Man U, we played Ronaldo FC.
Yeah, Ronaldo 3.
With
That's all I can
Fred
say.
as a super sub. But yeah, we played Ronaldo FC and lost to Ronaldo FC 3-2.
That's all I can say. Like
I mean,
he just turns up when he wants
game,
to.
if we had done a review for that, I think a lot of my opinions would have aged very badly because I'm not going to talk about that game as much because I actually thought we
Payne
won
out,
good.
Son out,
And
Conte
then,
out.
I never said Conte out. That's a good thing.
Oh, okay.
I would have said Son out. But yeah, after that game, we've become an entirely different team.
Oh yeah.
We didn't concede one or more goals after that game.
And we won 2 games in a row.
Any Premier League match, which is fucking mental.
We won 2 games in a row.
We only lost 1 game after that, which was Brighton.
That's quite impressive, actually, isn't it?
And then
we
only dropped points in 2 games. And that was Brighton.
Yeah, but one loss, and that was against Brighton.
And to not concede one or more
since March, like mid-March, we only lost 1
we'll go over those games. So we had West Ham first.
No, we had Brighton at the Amex, 2-0.
Oh yeah, 2-0.
And then we beat.
But I always thought we would win.
We were good in that.
In that game.
Yeah, we were good in that game, but Brighton were poor as well, and same with the West Ham game as well because they just beat Sevilla 2-0. So it was a pretty because West Ham just beat Sevilla.
After that, we beat West Ham quite convincingly 3-1. Obviously, they weren't tired from the Sevilla game.
Yeah.
But it was still a very good performance, and I thought that time maybe we could get top 4. But yeah, and then we beat West Ham 3-1 at the London Stadium. Max has just left, and then I was joined back. I'll add him back. Hello,
I keep doing this. I just press my turn off button back. You know what? I'm going like this. There you go. Right.
But anyway, then we beat West Ham 3-1. I thought that was a good performance. I think the start of Son actually becoming a very reliable player. A very important player. He should have got a hat-trick in that game. He missed a series.
That was when Son really started chasing Salah for the golden boot. Really.
Yeah, it was that game where he got close to him as well. And then the game after, Newcastle at home, where
as soon as I go on holiday, we turned into like a ruthless team again.
Yeah, it was big because I think that game told me. I thought after that game, it's ours to lose top 4.
I'll be real. When Shaw scored that free kick, I didn't think we were gonna.
Yeah, me as well. I thought we weren't gonna win that game, and then
I don't think we were gonna get a draw. I thought we were gonna lose it and then get a draw.
Yeah, and then Davis scores right after, and then we just go on absolute. We go on a rout in that second half. Whether or not Newcastle just shit themselves, but
their defense just folded. Really, their defense just fell apart.
And then obviously, I don't know what was better, Doherty's performance or the music in the beginning of the matchday vlog for that game. But yeah,
this is fucking Starlight on 28 speed.
No, because I wanted to get that song so bad, but that was the only one that I could find where it let me download the music and it wasn't like really shit. So
for the Leicester game, I was trying to find on iTunes like I think it was the Leicester game, the 3-1 win in May. I was trying to find like the music background. I was trying to find like the Tom Get Bad Everywhere They Go music background and just stick it in the back for the whole game.
Going on after that, obviously the day after, because we'd leapfrogged Arsenal in top 4, and Arsenal were going to go away to Crystal Palace with this great young team, this great manager, who was going to get them top 4, and lost 2 key players, and decided we're going to lose 3-0. And then that, I think, was the time when me and you both started to actually believe we were going to get top 4. I think you put something on the Instagram story saying believe when it was 2-0.
No, I didn't say no. I didn't say believe as in I didn't say that as in like I believe we're going to get top 4. I just I meant believe as in like believe till the end or something. Like yeah, it's a bit cringe, I know, but I didn't say that as in like I believe we're going to get top 4.
I think we did more than believe. But yeah, and then after,
And
obviously
then
that game
we beat Villa. They lost to
we beat
Bradford.
Villa, which was when Son. I generally thought Son was going to win the Golden Boot.
Yeah, that was the game when I
That
was like, yeah,
was
Salah's done.
that was arguably our best performance of the season. Yes, we weren't good in the first half, but that second half we just destroyed Villa.
Yeah, and Kulusevski as well. That
Yeah,
goal.
then we really started to see this KKA or KKS in
I thought you were
Son
going to say
Kane.
something really bad there.
Yeah, if I said the last one. But yeah, but anyway, and then obviously we're in quite good spirits. I think we're 3 points ahead of Arsenal. And then we go Brighton with all this confidence. We're
I woke up at
unstoppable.
7:30 to watch that shit.
And then I went to the game.
Yeah.
And then we were quite bad until we started to throw everyone forward, which I don't know why. And then we lost 1-0 in the 90th minute. Yes, Brighton just beat Arsenal the week before, but really that was the only really stumbling block.
I'll tell you what, Brighton are a good side. Like, they finished 9th. That's very good.
Yeah, but at that time I think they only won one game before.
Graham Potter's done bits for them. Like,
he's done very, very good. And I would, to be honest, if Conte was to leave in a couple of years, and seeing where if Graham Potter's still in the same position now, I wouldn't be against bringing him on to the team. I think it depends where we are, though.
I think the job's too big for him, though. That's the only issue. I think it is.
But yeah, and then after, obviously, we drew with Brentford away, which I think is arguably one.
That was the game. That was the game when I thought top four was done, for sure.
I think after that Brighton game, I think it was more with the Man U. I think Arsenal beating Man U and Chelsea was like a big statement because no one actually thought they'd win those games.
Yeah.
But I remember watching the Man U game, and I
was very confident they were going to beat Man U, but not Chelsea. You know.
I thought they were going to lose to Man U. I thought they were going to lose to Chelsea the week before when they lost to Southampton.
No, I was pretty confident they were going to beat Man U because Man U.
But I feel, and I said this at the time, when I watched that game against Man U, realistically, I don't actually think we have to lose. I think we can only lose one and draw one. We can only drop points in 2 games, and I still think we'll get top 4. And that was before Brentford, and we drew with them. Then what was the game? Leicester, we won convincingly, even though Leicester rested players. And then we drew Liverpool, which was when I generally people were saying, we should have won that game. I thought after that game, I thought this team was good enough to get top 4.
I think personally, that was the best defensive performance of the season.
Yeah, I think that was our best performance of the season. I think throughout the whole game, we didn't deserve to lose. We limited Liverpool to one chance.
Both times we played Liverpool this season, before the game, I'm dreading it. I'm shitting myself. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I'll just take a draw. And at the end of both games, I'm basically like, at the end of both games, I'm sat there thinking to myself, how have we not won that?
Yeah, that's what I thought in both. But I was happy in both because I saw a team that had changed. I think that game was a real big turning point with Conte and showing how far we had come. Because those players were walking off distraught that we'd just drawn the game.
Against Liverpool.
Against Liverpool, the team who
were that close to win the
quadruple, had the best
they were very
most
close,
underrated team of all time.
They were quite close. They were quite close.
Had the best right back in the world.
That's got to be the worst. No, please, speaking of Trent, I don't want to hear anyone tell me he's the best right back in the world ever again.
He is the best right back in the world.
He's not. He's not.
He is.
He's not.
Reece
James.
To be honest,
Reece James is better than Trent. Reece James is better. He is.
Reece James makes the exact same mistakes Trent makes.
He's way better defensively. He's way better defensively than Trent.
Trent's not a bad defender. This is where people get wrong. He's not bad, but he's not good. He's just a meaty defender. But
how many mistakes has Trent made in big games? How many mistakes in big games has Trent made?
Well, that one, the City game this year.
A Champions League final last year, Reece James was probably Chelsea's best player. He turns up when it matters.
I think Reece James isn't as good attacking-wise as Trent.
Oh, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, but then afterwards we beat Arsenal 3-0, which was mainly due to the holding sending off. That's why the scoreline was.
No, that wasn't. Yeah, but that was probably our best performance of the season.
You just said Liverpool was, and then you said City was.
I think, to be honest, I think that one, the whole occasion of that, I want to just speak about it more.
Arsenal was just easy. It was just light work.
You're gonna play.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. It was an easy game.
Yeah,
it actually was.
It was an easy game, but I'm going to talk about the atmosphere and how the fans played into that. Like, if you were there, like, the tifo, I think, was mad.
Yeah.
I think the atmosphere on the whole stadium for the first 45 minutes.
I think the last 3 games of the season.
It was the best atmosphere he's seen at a game.
Yeah, I think the last 3 games of the season, the fans played a really big part.
Yeah, they did. Now, I went to 2 of that, so I saw the Burnley and Arsenal game. For a 12 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday, that was quite a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I went to Burnley as well. The atmosphere was pretty decent.
And that Burnley game, especially in that second half.
Oh, mate, I was so nervous. I was nervous as hell.
And then I remember when
I see that barn shot.
I remember everyone just got up and fucking got mad.
I see that barn shot go past the Reece. I'm like, no, don't you dare. I see that barn shot whiz past the Reece. I was like, no. I'm sad.
No, I didn't think it was going in until
I did. I did. You see the way he hit it? Like, I thought it was
behind the goal. See, I couldn't really see how the ball was moving as well. So I thought Lloris saved it. But I was more scared, when it went in, and then I think one of the players was at the back post. I thought he was going to get the ball. And I thought, shit. But yeah.
And then this was the nail in the coffin. Up the Premier League we go. Oh, how's the song go? When we get to Europe, this is what we sing. We are Geordie, Super Geordies, and he is our king.
Yeah, I think probably one of the biggest wins for us this season. I always said to you.
No, that was the biggest. I think
it was
that's actually that gifted us sort of.
That was, and I said this at the time. I had no doubt Newcastle were going to beat Arsenal. No doubt, because I generally thought if they lose to us, I think their heads as a young group would just be gone, and I think the atmosphere.
I agree.
Is so. It's very good. Last home game of the season, they're going to be up for it either way. It doesn't matter because
before the game. Yeah, because the thing is, like, before the game, I was confident Newcastle were going to get a result because, like, it doesn't matter, like, if they've got nothing to play for. Because, like, Newcastle got a big future, obviously, like, with this new takeover and stuff. Like, Newcastle got a big future. Last home game of the season, obviously, Trippier's a former Spurs player. He even said beforehand that he wants to help Spurs in this game. And also, like you said,
a very good perform before that.
Yeah, and also, like you said, Arsenal are a young side. Of course, they were gonna, crumble under the pressure, and that's what they did.
Yeah, they were horrible, and I think, especially Callum Wilson in that game, I thank him.
And Newcastle battered them the whole game. Like, it wasn't like Arsenal, dominated like a 30-minute period.
I don't think they had a shot on target until.
I don't think they did at all.
Yeah, I don't think they did, and I think that's when Arsenal fans started to realise that they had to delete all their tweets and all their YouTube videos of Super Mick Arteta bringing them to the Europa League.
The Champions League.
And the League One was actually proven right.
And the Spurs Twitter actually liked Arsenal's full-time post.
Yeah, I remember that was so funny.
And then finally, as we're coming up to the hour mark in this video, fucking hell.
And then we'll do the season awards after.
Very quick though. And then we beat Norwich 5-0, which I was always confident we were going to get.
I actually, that's like the first ever game against Norwich. I've gone into it and been shitting myself for the whole day.
It's Norwich. They weren't going to do shit.
I was, because it's so Tottenham to go to Norwich last game of the season.
It is.
And that's why the only reason I was scared. It was the most Tottenham thing. It was so Spursy.
It is the most Tottenham thing, but the reason I was confident is because there's no way under Conte we're going to let that happen. Under Conte, we're a different side. No chance we're going to let that happen.
And you know what? 5-0 actually
5-0, yeah.
flattered us, I think, a lot. Because
Yeah.
we should have won that 7 or 8.
Son 2 goals, Bentancur 2 assists, Kulusevski 2 goals. Who scored the other one?
Okay.
Kane, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Højbjerg
5-0
missed
win.
a big goal. Kulusevski missed the fucking sitter.
Oh
Before he
yeah, I remember
scored a
that.
banger.
That was so
I
bad.
remember he fell over. And
He-
I don't even think he shot. I think he passed the Son.
Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to tee up Son, and then he just like fell over, and the ball just trickles along, and it's clear off the
Yeah.
line. But
But
yeah,
then,
but then
obviously,
four.
that day, Son won the Golden Boot.
Uh,
Joint with Mo Salah.
yeah, and top 4. We're going to play Champions League football next season. So yeah, overall like a roller coaster of emotions, but listen, like it's been a great season overall. Conte's a blessing, and so far from what I've seen, Spurs are looking to back him very well. Obviously with that 150 mil capital increase in Spurs by Enoch. Yeah, it's a bright future hopefully. But anyway, it's just around this video we're going to go through some awards that Josh has organised. I don't know what this is.
So I'm going to go through them. Right. So first of all, we're going to start with the basics.
Yeah.
Player of the season.
Son.
I think this one, I'm actually going to go for Romero. And the people are going to get quite, because I actually think Son's performances, I think this has been his worst in 2 years, but I think
I can see why you say Romero, but Romero's been injured like for a long time.
That's true, but I think one we could mention, and people can laugh at me. I think Eric Dyer and Ben Davis are honourable mentions. I mean, yes, you can put Kane in, but Kane also was shit for 6 months.
Yeah,
and then good for 6
I can't say Kane. I can't say Kane.
You can't say Kane, but if you
he had 2 goals in December, I can't say him.
I think him. I think Højbjerg has been good. I think Lloris has been overlooked a little bit. He had a spell between March and February where he wasn't good, but that was literally the only time where he was bad.
Romero's up there, I agree with you, but come on, Son, 23 goals in one season.
23 goals. I don't think his performances have been great. I think.
Yeah, but that shows how good he is. That shows how good he is.
It's true.
23 goals.
But I'm gonna just be different and say Romero. So
I can see why you say Romero. Like, listen, I can see why you say Romero, but the only reason I'm not picking him is because he's been injured. Like, he hasn't done it all season. So Son for me, 23 goals, and he even got 9 assists, which is still half decent. So
do you know what? I'm gonna go with Son as well because just because of that.
No, you're going Romero. No, it's done. You're going Romero.
Okay,
right?
fair. All right. Signing of the season. I think this
Conte.
one's quite easy. If you count, I say signing player of the season.
Player. Hey, you know what?
Signing player and coach. Obviously, coach would be Conte.
Steve Itch.
Nuno's our signing of the season.
Nuno signing of the season.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
If we're talking about like non-players, Paratici has been probably the
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
Because
But come on,
got through
Conte's
Conte.
changed everything. Conte easily. Yeah. And player, I'm gonna have to go Kulusevski. To be honest with you, I have to go.
Are you not saying Romero?
Because he's been injured. Like,
but Romero played most of the first half, and then.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but the reason I'm going Kulusevski is because the reason I'm saying Kulusevski, listen, like Romero's been excellent, and I appreciate that. But I'm saying Kulusevski is because how quick of an impact he made on our team, if you know what I mean. Like, as soon as he came in, it took him what? It took him like one game, and already he was getting goal contributions, and he got. I think he scored. He scored 2 against Norwich, 1 against Villa, 1 against Man City. So he's got 4 or 5 goals and 8 assists this season.
And Luis Diaz has 3.
I mean, Luis Diaz is a better player, but Kulusevski's been a better signing.
Right now, Kulusevski's been the better signing.
Yeah, that's how I see it. But yeah, I'm going Kulusevski. Purely because like of the impact he's made on our team. But that's what I'm going to say.
I'm gonna give mine. I'm gonna say because I've chosen Romero as player of the season, I'm going Kulusevski. But I think you can make a case for Brian Hill. What's a player? No, I'm joking. And then he's probably gonna get sold. But yeah, you're Kulusevski. I think Bentancur we haven't spoken about. I think we needed a midfielder very badly.
He hasn't been.
Ben
He hasn't been
Tanko
our best
has.
signing, but listen, like Ben Sanko has been
He's been
a
very good.
special
He
player as well.
surprised me and he surprised a lot of other people because I thought he was generally going to be fucking horrible. But yeah, I
Don't
think
always listen to the Italians. That's what I'm going to say. Like, don't always listen to their criticism of Ben Sanko and all them, man. But yeah,
But yeah, I think Bentancur, Kulusevski, Romero, I think have been very good signings. Who else did we buy?
Emerson Royale, mate.
Emerson. Do you know what? We're going to go about him on the other one. Brian Hill. Thought it was good when he played, but unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be staying at Tottenham.
He's too
Which is a
lightweight.
shame. But I
He's too lightweight.
feel maybe he needs to move on because I don't think the Prem maybe suits how his body is. But I think you've got Pepe Massar, which we'll see next year, but I doubt he'll actually come in and play more games. He might get another loan, even though he just got relegated with Mets. But yeah, and then you've got
What's the next award?
But yeah. Then going on to most improved player of the season. This one is actually quite a hard one.
Yeah,
I think
that's
there's
a
4
tough
players
one.
you could make a case for.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go with Ben Davis.
Yeah, I was gonna say Davis as well. Yeah.
I think there's a case for Session. I think there's 100% a case with Doty. I think there's 100% a case with Dyer. I think because they played the most, I think Dyer.
It's between Dyer and Davis. Like I can see where you say Doherty and Session, but the thing is, both Dyer and Davis have been good all season.
Yeah,
that's
Dyer especially. Dyer's played most games this year, and he's been amazing. Shout out though, because I actually think he's getting a lot of hate. Davison Sanchez has been very good.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
apart from that Mura game, he's been good in every game he's played.
Yeah, and I feel maybe he's getting undone by he was stepped up last 3 games of the season. He didn't put a foot wrong in any of those games, and I feel maybe the back three does help him. He might not have played well against Leicester, but I don't think that was just his fault. I think if you have Japhet Tanganga next to you, I don't think that really helps your case at all. But yeah. I'm gonna go with Ben Davis.
Yeah, Davis for me. Yeah,
because I think he's just become the Welsh Maldini. From going from a player I thought was Tottenham career was done, and then obviously as well, Harry Winks. What a player! No, I'm joking. I don't think. Do you know what's weird with Winks? I think he had a period between December and January where he was quite good.
Yeah, but that's it.
But then I don't know what happened. I think it was after the Wolves game. Everyone was calling for him to play, and he was just bad.
That's like I remember it. That's probably the worst game I've ever seen Winks play, and I've seen some bad ones.
There was a time where I think Kane was free in the box, and he just tries to pass it, and it goes right to the keeper. I think that ended his Tottenham career.
Yeah,
I think big time. But yeah, and then obviously we're going to go on to the next one, goal of the season. I think for this one, I think there's a couple. I think Son against Leicester. Third one against Leicester because that was just a big goal in general.
Oh yeah, I've got mine. If we're going based on actual goal quality, I'm going to go Lucas Moura's goal against Norwich City at home.
I think that's a fair one. What other ones were there?
There was Son against Leicester. What else was there? There was... Fuck me, I haven't scored any great goals, have we?
I think the team goal against... The one against Newcastle, the 3-1.
Son against City at home, that was a good goal.
That was a good goal. I think the third goal against Newcastle was a proper good team goal. That one should be there. I think a lot of people are going to mention that one.
I think Winks' screamer against Morecambe as well was up there.
Winks that was quite a good one. Obviously,
it was a cross,
but that was quite a good goal. But I won't give it because it's fucking Morecambe. We should have talked about that game as well because I'll shit myself.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I'm gonna give it to Moura against Norwich.
I'm gonna be different. I'll just give it to Son versus Leicester.
Yeah. All right. Is there any others? Any others?
And then shittest player of the season. I mean, we've got a couple of contenders. You've got Galini, Emerson, Ali. The Celso has to be in there.
And Ndombele.
Oh no, Ndombele was
Yes,
bad.
yes.
I
No,
don't
no,
think
no.
he played well with Nuno. He wasn't bad with
If you're
Nuno.
putting the Salsa in there, you've got to put him in there as well. Come
Lo
on.
Celso played every game and was shit. And Ndombele had some good games, like Newcastle, where he was quite good. He was good against Liverpool. Actually, no, he was shit against Liverpool. What am I talking about? He just got the assist.
Yeah, he was just
Against
alright.
Liverpool.
This is tough. I'm gonna have to go. Oh,
I think I'm gonna go with Emerson because actually I don't know.
nah,
Do you know what? I think Emerson
I can't
stepped
go
up
Emerson.
in the games.
I can't go Emerson because number one, he was good under Nuno, and number two, same with Session. Last 4 or 5 games of the season, he stepped up. Like it's not like Emerson's been poor all season. Like he's had, yeah, like overall season rating, I'll give him a 5 out of 10 because he was poor in like a large period of time. But then again, there was some periods of time when he was good as well. So I say mix and match. Like
Well, I think.
I'm gonna
I
go
said
with Dele Alli. I'm going Dele Alli
Ali was horrible every time he played. Do you know
every
what?
time.
Because I'm gonna have an agenda. I'm gonna say this also. He was shit in every game.
Yeah, whatever. All right.
Like I can't. I think Mura was the only game where he played well.
Oh, yeah. All right. All right. There's any others, or is that it?
Jesus. Yeah. And then we're gonna go on to the next one against. Oh,
You
okay.
made this up, and you know, like you made up
And
these
then
obviously
on
going
the
along.
spot. No, I made this up last week, but I forgot some of them. Win of the season.
Oh, City away.
I'm gonna go for the experience and how I felt. I thought Arsenal. The 3-0.
Yeah,
Just to be there and witness that was like mad.
yeah, yeah. True.
I think for me that one. And then
Yeah, but
worst
looking.
defeat this season.
Yeah. Oh, oh, Arsenal away by a long shot.
Okay.
Arsenal away.
The Chelsea away follows that. I think if you're talking about and then trying to think. I
This
had
is
a
right
couple. I had
awards,
one
mate.
more. And I've actually forgot it. Um okay, we've already done. Actually, I forgot. All right, we're gonna have to end it there. So that
Right.
was the Tottenham 21-22 season review. Obviously, if I had the time, I would have looked at the match report and seen what we'd actually said 6 months ago, which would have been funny. Because I think I had a bit of a stinker with the Brian Hill one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Overall, what would you rate the season? I
Eight.
say 9.
Yeah. I've got 8.
I think 9 simply because it was actually quite entertaining when you look back on it now.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think if you told me at the beginning of the year, top 4,
It would have been
I
a
would
9.
snap
It
your
would have
hand
been
off.
a 9. It would have been a 9 if Conte was here the whole season. But
It would have been a target. I think it would have been the thing we were trying to achieve. But I think even when Conte came in, I think you have to look at it by 10.
with the way with the way
minimum.
Liverpool is sitting going at the moment, like I'd say the best we can get is 3rd place, which is fine. But
Maybe. I mean, Liverpool are going to lose Mane, and they're losing their director of football.
yeah, but they've got Diaz.
Oh, Diaz. Yeah.
Right, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
Right.
I think Max is going to be active as he has been on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I'll post
Will
the
you
follow.
not? Who's it running Instagram? I don't know.
Both Bastoni posts, both Bastoni posts have got like over 200 likes.
Or from you?
Yeah, it's mad.
Okay. I think we've obviously got other admins. I think Twitter will be big. We're gonna obviously. I think every season we changed our logo, so that'll be coming in soon. So
Yeah.
we're having a new banner, new logo. Hopefully next season you'll be expecting big things from the channel. And we'll be able. I mean, next year I'm going to be doing my GCSEs. You're going to actually be going off to uni.
But that's good. That's good for the channel.
You. But then also, I'm not going to be as active next year.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've not been greatly active second half of the season. But I was quite active first half of the season. But yeah,
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's the end of the video. We
That's
will
it.
see
Yeah.
you. We might be bringing back transfer weekly,
Yeah.
possibly. Where we talk about all the
Yeah.
transfer news
Yeah.
on this channel. But yeah, stay tuned for breaking news this summer and more stuff.
Yeah.
And we will see you later. Goodbye.
One kiss is all it takes.